and how to maintain that lead.
But instead, TeamNut taking the opportunity to take first pick instead. So they're going to try and just control the draft a little bit more and just they feel confident in playing on any map.
Absolutely. So let's see what priorities the teams are going to have here respectively. TeamNut, of course, then with the first pick, first ban. It's currently their turn. The thing is, what do you want to take away from CE? Do you want to go for an assassin? Do you want to go for the garage? It's so hard.
I think Garrosh is a safe one. If not, then just try. Like, I liked what they did in the draft. Try to just not zone out, I guess. Trying to choke out Alufal's hero pool there. Didn't work. So maybe focus on someone else. Maybe Wind. Try and deal with that. Try and deal with that tank potential.
All right. So, Tetra, you were saying that you're going to cast the Open Division after HGC China today.
Yes, I am.
Our beloved Grubby at your side.
Yeah.
Wasn't there an Open Division player in EU called Nuti?
Yes, I believe he's in.
He should have been playing for TeamNut right there. Not Nuti. But amazing.
Nutty nut. I see. I get you. All right. Well, the insanity aside, we have Malfurion and Garrosh coming in with first pick Hanzo. Is very interesting here.
Trying to currently spot what the sponsor on the jerseys of TeamNut could be, but it's Chinese characters and I don't read them very well. So
I do read Chinese at all.
No. I read a little bit of Japanese though, and sometimes they have identical or similar characters. So only basic stuff, like I can tell you water, fire, like those things, right? Speaking of which, they could have a formidable sponsor. Certain thing you put on your bread.
Oh, I see where you're going. I see where you're going with
Don't
that.
want to say more.
Yeah, well, it's an option. We'll see if they go. We'll see if what happens in the future. But now though, Johanna and Jaina, two very poke-heavy heroes in the form of Hanzo and Jaina, and Johanna as a great frontline for them, and of course Johanna, the go-to tank to go up against a Garrosh here. So TeamNut already opening up very effectively here.
All right. Yep, the Garrosh, you let it go through, and Wind is going to pick it. I watched the mid-season brawl very closely, and it's just so sad that, unfortunately, Wind doesn't seem to be able to deliver on the international stage as hard as he does in China. I saw Gilly try to defend his appearance and his performance, but even I, as a China caster, I gotta say, he did not do so well. But it's not just his fault, it's also the team's fault, of course. But, man, if only they could make China shine a little more.
The future, maybe. We just have to wait and see. But for now, second ban, with Blaze already removed. No assassins yet taken by CE, but they're still going to ban out solo laners. Very sensible. This is a very large map. Banning out a global hero is obviously going to prevent that kind of rotations, but Falstad's still open and potentially available. KTY picked it a couple times before.
China and Korea, respectively, the two major Asian regions, they've always been fond of Falstad, even when other regions didn't respect it or didn't prioritize it as highly. And I think a lot of people who questioned the Falstad priorly are now going to be like, this is actually a really solid pick, really, really good choice. He fits into a large variety of team compositions as well. You can play him as a sustained ranged assassin. You can play him as a burst mage, which we've seen a couple of times with the boomerang. So lots of playstyles. And of course, the Mighty Gust on Sky Temple, when it comes to those boss fights, always something you want to have in the back of your pocket.
Very burst heavy coming in from CE, Greymane and Zeratul. So the chances that Greymane could be the Alufal hero, but it could also be KTY or Zhuyu. They have 3 Greymane players on this team. So the opportunity is there for them to be very flexible with that aspect, but it's very likely KTY at least will be the Zeratul.
Yeah, absolutely true. So VP now, of course, could go for some nice combos, could also be used to keep enemies at bay. Yesterday, by the way, best VP... Ooh, never mind. Hold that thought. We see the Ariel come in. Not really the traditional setting and environment for her, is it, Tetcher?
I mean, she was picked like a couple times at MSB, but it was with like Valor. But you're going to try it with a Hanzo, a Jaina here. Not the most well-known hope generators. That's definitely interesting. I'm really curious if... I have HGC as well? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think... I mean, Jaina is a pretty decent hope generator if you can control the fight. They have a really, really heavy front line now, which is going to likely be a stage dive ETC just for the global potential. I accept it. I think there are better options than the Ariel. I don't think it actually adds anything that a Stukov wouldn't have added in this composition.
So you can see the theme of TeamNut here, right? They're trying to force team fights and then do well in those team fights with Ariel, who's a great team fight healer. But when it comes to poking, when it comes to longer, drawn-out skirmishes, she doesn't do that well normally because she's fully dependent on her assassins providing her with healing energy. So yeah, I don't know. It could work out. The Crystal Aegis, of course, can be a nice tool against the burst damage from Zeratul and Greymane. It could also save people who are getting initiated on by the Garrosh. But as you said, I would have totally preferred... here we go.
Now that's problems.
Is Alufo going to play it? No, they need to swap, right?
No, yeah. It's going to be KTY on the Zeratul, so this should be Zuyu on the Abathur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling okay about Team. But once again, the Aura is a problem. Now CE just have so much map potential and control. ETC is going to have to make be so efficient with his wave clear and those stage dives to have any chance of this composition really working.
And then, of course, there's the ever so menacing Mule in that game, of course. If you don't finish off an objective, if you don't finish off a structure right at the get-go, this Mule is going to consistently, slowly but surely bring it up to good health. And especially in Sky Temple, that can be super valuable because it will consume and make the enemy team waste so many temple shots. And to be honest, there's 3 targets to basically get good value from the Abathur, right? The Greymane copy later on, Zeratul copy, just as lethal. And even Garrosh sometimes gets additional healing, gets additional protection. It's going to make him even harder to fall. So I'm a little scared when I look at the draft by CE and when I look at the draft coming in from TeamNut. I'm a little scared for the Nuts.
I am with you on this one. I once again agree the Mule is just absolutely fantastic on this map. It has infinitely more value than some of the other maps. But overall, the Ariel has just got me so hung up. I think Rhaegar might have been better even if it's not a Stukov. But either way, let's see how well it works as we are heading into game number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it is CE, with Alufal is on the Abathur, Wind on Garrosh, 365 on Malfurion, KTY on the Zeratul, and it's going to be Zuyu playing the Greymane.
Facing them is TeamNut with No on that Hanzo. We have FS on that Johanna, FaZe playing ETC, Oasis is on Jaina, and Varian is playing on the Oriole. Now, you're not going to get out of there, mate. I'm going to call you Varian as much as I can. But yeah, it's pretty amazing to see how TeamNut is trying to force their way into this game, right? They're trying... What I can respect about their draft is definitely the fact that they try to make it work. They stick to their draft strategy. They stick to their comfort zones. Whether that's going to work against CE, though, remains to be seen. But at least they're not showing any fear. Look at that damage. Look at the slows. They're good. 365. Stay safe. The roots. Backing them up.
Yeah, very aggressive initial move out here. Looks like TeamNut are going to try and do a 4-man rotation on Sky Temple here, which is a pretty long rotation, but it's possible, but due to the fact the lane itself is so long, so they will actually get this rotation at least beginning here. Let's see how well this lasts for them in the meantime. But now, it's going to be ETC. It's currently solo soaking top lane. No one from CE has rotated up there. Abathur was up there, but has tunneled back, tunneled down and moved down to the mid lane. Bot lane, sorry.
That's exactly what they need to do. If they clear these waves super fast, then that means that Abathur doesn't have a symbiote target. He's going to have to use it on the buildings, but even doing so will not prevent the buildings from taking a little bit of damage. So the faster you clear the lanes, the faster you take the mercenaries, the more pressure you build up early against Abathur and really make the little slugger sweat a little bit, because although he has the global, his protection capabilities are rather, limited. Here we go. Full aggression though from CE.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Okay. Down goes FS here. Yeah, they scouted that. They scouted that literally everyone was there. It's an Abatha composition, and they still decided to stay. I have questions and no answers, unfortunately.
And I told you, Tetra, at the beginning of this game, Ariel is not an out-of-team fight sustainer, right? Johanna was low at 50%, but hey, if you're just rotating from lane to mercenary camp, Ariel can heal you up because you're not delivering any damage. And that is exactly what opened the doors to CE, right? If you see a 50% Johanna there, a couple of other low team members, you're just going to invade the ish out of them.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, even with this XP that FaZe's getting in the top lane, the fact that they're losing a lot of other stuff elsewhere, like the fact that they lost that mercenary camp, like the fact that their soak has lost them like their rotations loses them like 1 or 2 minions, maybe sometimes, depending on how quickly CE clear the lane. So I have concerns. For now, though, we're going to see both teams begin their bruiser camp. XP is still pretty even. Once again, that HGC soak has been pretty nice. The rotations worked out. So they're keeping up with it, and considering they're against an Abatha comp at the moment, that's already great. Question is if they can stay even on the XP when the objective starts, which is about right now. If they can keep the XP soak against an Abatha comp even, then they're in a great position. Otherwise, this is going to get rough into the mid to late game for TeamNut.
Yeah. See the repeated offense, by the way, for Ariel at level 4, which is a talent that has seen a lot of play lately. The roots are good against ETC. KTY missing some of his abilities there, unfortunately, but the damage has been done. ETC was zoned out, and the temple control in the top lane goes over to Team CE. Now, they are lacking one additional member, one additional body, so how much can they actually do? It looks like they can do a whole lot. The mercenary camp was taken. Alufal is chilling in the bottom lane, soaking to the best of his ability, while Nut leaving his teammates. Look at the health bars. It looks like TeamNut is inflicting no damage, nothing at all onto CE.
Yeah, and you can see Johanna, one of the tanky heroes, currently just starting to bleed through that healing over time she currently has applied, to the point where she's being forced to back up here. They will defend their fort from the heroes, but unfortunately, there's still a couple shots coming out of that temple. The top fort will survive, though.
Yeah, the problem is right now, true, you did trade temples, but guess what? The enemy team does have a mule, or do they? They just turned level 7. Let's see what Alufal is going to go for here. ETC in trouble, gets sandwiched, gets taken down.
ETC getting ganked, not the usual hero you expect to see ganked. We do, in fact, see Abatha going for that mule as a mine build as well, which is unusual, trying to slow down that rotation. But either way, this is... Yeah, this is currently going very well for CE. They are beginning to snowball a bit out of control.
Yeah, TeamNut seems a little indecisive right now, right? They're not really sure what to do. Are they supposed to push bottom? Are they supposed to steal a mercenary camp away from them? Are they supposed to defend here? So they're trying to do multiple things at the same time, but nothing is really done with determination. And as a result, CE, who are very determined, who have exactly an idea of what they want to do, they take away structure after structure and net themselves a beautiful 1.5 lead already after 5 minutes, Tetra.
And that's pretty good. This is exactly what we said. Do they keep the XP soak even against Abatha comp after the objective? And the answer is most certainly not. Not just due to the Abatha soak, but also due to the fact that they lost a fort. So, bit of a disaster. Nice sneaky camp take, though. That's really nice. You can see that fort dropping super low in the bot lane. And guess which objective's next? It's bot. So if TeamNut can get enough XP from multiple locations to soak themselves near to a level 10 before this next objective, this could be their chance to come back.
Absolutely. They really need to make sure that this is their time to shine. If they delay it or if they take it slowly, you know what's going to happen. C is going to get level 10. Abatha is one of the most formidable soakers in the game. So they really need to make sure to make something happen right here, right now.
Johanna scouts out Zeratul. Ariel realizes that she has no mobility and is in serious trouble.
No way.
Clutching at the end, though. Cocktail! Varia survives. That I really thought she was going to die. I was basically resigned to that. Yeah. But Varia survives. ETC still soaking top. And look at this. They're not even level 9. They can't even afford to attempt to fight.
And you know what, Tetra? I think from a macro strategic point of view, TeamNut is making a grave mistake, right? So Johanna is with the rotations. Okay, I can understand the benefits of that. Greater wave clear. Good peel for the backline. But without ETC, it looks like they don't have anyone to engage, right? They could never make that aggressive move. They could never try to go for someone. They always just try to run next to what CE is doing. And when you have a 2-level lead or a 2-level disadvantage, even if you just run parallelly, it's just not going to work out.
Johanna has found this boss being taken. There is nothing she can do about it because the rest of her team is top lane. So she's going to move to bot lane, soak her team to level 10, and they're going to try and get some counter push value up in top. They have a good minion wave here. They have very fast wave clear with their composition. And this is going to be at least the fountain. I would expect them to commit to that, but we'll have to see still. We're seeing Greymane Copy being used to just burn some damage onto mid-4. Quite a low commitment there.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that the copy is not going to do anything, you might as well just get that 2-3 auto attacks in, because every structured damage is good damage on Sky Temple. But here is the boss. ETC is most certainly going to go for stage dive. There it is. So he's a global hero now. He can join his mates at any given moment. But look at that boss. It's still mighty healthy. It knocks down the gate. It knocks down the towers as well. And is KTY on that Zeratul about to pull the trigger here? Here goes the stage dive, hitting Greymane. Cleanse is good though.
Nature's Cleanse is really good. Zuyu being chased down, though. The ETC gets taunted. Twilight Dream, the cow, as ETC gets wiped.
Wow. I mean, that was just absolutely counterplayed. Wonderfully done here. We saw the isolation of ETC, the silence, and the execution there from Garrosh as well. Beautifully done. It looks like CE is just, you know, taking all the experience they had gathered at the midseason brawl and take this into making them a better team. Man, TeamNut, we wanted them to look a little more convincing, but it looks like the new teams are all starting to struggle today. First it was A-Team, now it's TeamNut.
But they've played against the two best teams.
That is very true.
That is something to say about them, but trial by fire, certainly as it were. But right now, TeamNut, I would argue, at least not looking as strong as the A-Team. But we will have to see if they can bring it back in this game, and if not, they have plenty more series to go. For now, Ju picking up Mercenary Camp. The Bruiser Camp is also available, but it looks like they're going to leave it for a bit and just take the shots onto bot lane, which is, of course, the boss lane and already open. So that is their committed lane. They're just giving over top. They don't really care. ETC can take down their forks. Their fork for a keep is a lovely trade.
Yeah. The Mercenary Camp is coming there as well, so if CE doesn't defend this, this is most likely going to fall. But hey, you know what? I don't think that really interests them, because guess what? They still have 3 forts total. So all these juicy laser beams are going to get absorbed by what I think is very unsatisfying for TeamNut. I mean, every amount of experience is going to help them to close the gap, that's for sure. But they really wanted to get some everlasting damage done. And look at Wind. He spotted this one out immediately, lands a double groundbreaker. Is he going to go in? Here comes the copy, and I think this Mercenary Camp is not going to go down without a fight.
Johanna gets deleted. Everyone else pulling back. Varia gets slowed by Garrosh, though. She's gone. Everyone else is just resigned to this fact. ETC, what? Why are you here? As they move in, they... yeah, but bye. Faye is dead.
Just wanted to say hello and look good, you know, shout-outs to his teammates. No, that just doesn't work out.
A little bit too affectionate there. Yeah. Going far too deep, wanting to make more friends, and ends up dying again.
Could have actually soaked the 13, could have probably done something else other than join his teammates into the demise. But yeah, this is not looking good. 16 is here, and just when you thought you had him, you know, getting the 13, boom, there's another talent disadvantage. There goes the 16.
Yep, 16 to 13. This is not looking good for TeamNut as FS begins to pull back, wanting to avoid getting taken out. ETC takes another hit, tanking through, gets a stun onto Greymane, but not enough for a kill. Johanna also tanking through, having to pop Iron Skin very early, gets tossed the second it expires. FS getting focused down, Taunts is good, and down he goes.
Down he goes. The Crystal Aegis can only be used on one member. 3 people actually being caught by that VP, but even CE realizes that some of the health bars are pretty low already, most notably Wind and KTY. But hey, they still get another kill some way, somehow. Make it 3, make it 4 maybe if they get the Jaina as well. An absolute demolition. The top lane is probably going to fall here as well. They just do what CE want to do. The sustain is good. 365, not having any mana issues either, so they're just going to take this without breaking much of a sweat.
Yeah, this will be an easy keep. They'll be able to take that down pretty quickly. This defense is risky. I really hope that FS has Iron Skin. It pops it, but it might not be enough. In comes ETC. Last-ditch effort on the defense. Into the fray, saves Malfurion. FS backs out, and they survive and save their keep. Not bad.
Well done, TeamNut. That looked like a safe keep to me. but because of the sheer beefiness of their tanks, most notably ETC here, who actually had a wonderful power slide, they managed to stall enough time and basically make CE retreat. I would like to see the timer on the boss here. Up! Got him. There we see him crawling out of the pit from whence he came. And I don't think there's much TeamNut can do, to be honest. They're already occupied. They're already busy defending. There's a temple as well. So CE can basically pick their fruit. They can decide what they want to have. It's all going to taste very yummy.
I'm wondering how Nut can really bring themselves out of this. Like, I honestly think we're going to have to resort to them just clearing bot lane and then just setting up a bush gank near boss. Just picking up the most unpredictable bush you could work out and then just try and do some good old classic Chinese bush meta.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think we need a Hail Mary stage dive. We need to have an arrow of faith, if you will, shooting it all across the map and maybe find someone this way. Of course, 16 is still something they need to get, that's for sure. But look at that. The core is already taking shots. I mean, the shield is there, so they don't have to worry about that. But sooner or later, this is going to turn out mighty rough for TeamNut. So the moment they hit 16, they need to go. Boom. The longer they wait, the more catapults are going to siege up onto them.
Okay, she's fine. But yeah, there's catapults. Abathur actually helped clear the lane in the bot lane, so there's catapults and siege giants in that lane. Fei getting some lovely XP for his team, but he is getting out of there. Needs to be back where his team is. FS doesn't get hit there, which means he can just pop Iron Skin and back out of here, but took a lot of damage.
This was such smart play by CE, by the way. They didn't start the boss because they realized, hey, what is the only way for us to lose this game, right? A boss pit throw. So we're just going to try to trap the enemies because they are going to probably try to make a fight happen at the boss. For them, it's good. For TeamNut, a boss fight would be brilliant right now. It would be the only way for them to come back. But for CE, it could actually be a disaster. So they play patiently. They wait for their opponents. They let Abathur do the double soaking. Just really calm and collected play by CE.
No.
Yeah, they need to do this.
Start the boss. This is incredibly risky. They're already low. Wynn just walks in. Iron Skin. Down goes Hanzo, caught by the root Twilight Dream. And now their last chance to 4v5. The mule for vision on the bush. That's so good. Stage dive though. In comes the Void Prism on top of it. They want to try and get at least Garrosh. In the meantime, Greymane takes the boss. FS is low. This is going to be absolutely a massacre, Kendrick. I don't see this going well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. That was nuts. As we see Oasis. He's going to try and get out, but he can't 1v4 defense. He's getting hit by minions as well. Down he goes. And that's a 5-man team wipe.
There was no wonder wall for him to be hide behind. You know, Oasis fell down. And it looks like TeamNut was indeed an easy nut to crack for the enemy team. CE, they just take it convincingly 2-0, not losing a single fort, I believe. Unfortunately, the map is covered right now, but I think they played a perfect game, and they're very well underlining why they are here to stay and defend their title tetchers. CE looking good.
They really are. I have no argument.